four real-time scenarios, and also we discussed about Git stashing, Git conflicts, right? And also GitHub settings. Fine. Yeah. Anyone having any questions on previous session? In the last session, we discussed the concepts, right? Anyone having any questions? Today, we are going to discuss about first concept is Git rebase. After that, cherry pick. After that, difference between Git and SVN. After that, one more concept, which is Git tags. Okay, so Git rebase. What is rebase? Where we use this rebase? Developers, where we use this rebase? What is the importance of rebase? So how can we rebase the branches, right? These are all very important. Yeah, rebase. What is rebase? So normally, for example, we have four branches: master branch, development branch, sprint one branch, and also hotfix branch. We have four branches, right? Yeah. So we merge the branch normally. We merge hotfix to master or development to master or sprint one to master, right? So as per the requirement, we can merge the branches to master branch, right? Yeah. In real-time projects, sometimes what will happen while merging multiple branches, first branch will be allowed, second branch, when you try to merge second branch, you'll get the issues, errors, right? So in the last session, we discussed first branch will be merged. First branch, it will allow you to merge. Second branch will not be allow you to merge. We'll get the issues, errors. By the time, instead of merging branch, we can rebase master to target branch. Okay. Yeah. So let's try to understand what is rebase. I give you a scenario. For example, there is a master branch. This is master. On master branch, we have three commit IDs: M1, M2, and M3. So on master branch, we have three commit IDs: M1, M2, M3. Right? Now I create one more branch, which is a development branch. So when I create new branch, when we create new branch, what will happen anyway? When we create the new branch, what will happen? Whatever the latest code is available on the master, that will be replicated to the new branch, right? Same data will be replicated to the new branch. So on development branch, same commit IDs are available, M1, M2, M3, right? Now I want to add two more commits, which are D1 and D2, right? Now I want to create one more branch, which is hotfix branch. I want to create one more branch, which is hotfix branch. So when I create a hotfix branch, how many commit IDs will be there here? Anyone? When I create a hotfix branch, how many commit IDs will be there? On a hotfix branch, how many commits? Anyone? Three commits. Whatever the latest data is available on the master, that data will be replicated to the new branch, right? Yeah. Now here, same commit IDs, same data will be replicated. Whatever the data is available on the master, right? This data will be replicated to the new branch. Now on hotfix branch, what I will do, I want to add two more commits, which are H1 and H2. Now I want to merge hotfix to the master. So once I merge here, what will happen? This H1 H2 will be merged to the master, right? Yeah. So normally target branches we can merge once we add any changes on the new branch. That should be merged to the master because master always maintain the latest data, latest code, right? Whatever changes happen in the new branch, that should be merged to the master. Now H1, H2 merged to the master. Fine. Yeah. Now I want to merge development branch. Once we merge hotfix branch to the master, here what will happen? H1, H2. H1, H2 merge here, right? H1 and H2 merge here, right? Now what I will do, I want to merge development branch. Once we merge the hotfix branch, after that, I want to merge development branch. So second branch, when we try to merge second branch, definitely will get the errors, conflicts, right? That is why what we will do, instead of merging development branch, for example, developers are working on multiple branches, right? All the branches we cannot merge because, yeah, so second branch, when you try to merge second branch, development branch to master, it will not allow you to merge because, so master is having some commit IDs, H1, H2. That commit ID is not available in the development branch. That is why we get the errors and issues. So that is why what we will do, instead of merging, development branch to master, what we will do, we can rebase, master to development. We can rebase master to develop, reverse concept, right? Instead of merging development to master, so we can rebase master to development. So that what will happen once we rebase master to development? So this H1, H2 will be rebased to the development branch, right? This committed is required in development. So once we rebase master to development, so later point of time we can merge development to master. Will allow, right? So once we rebase master to development, what the committed sequence would be? Any guess, anyone? Once we rebase master to development, what is the committed sequence? Online base. Instead of merging, what we will do? We can rebase master to development, reverse concept, right? Once we rebase, what is the commit ID sequence would be? Anyone? Any guess, anyone? M1, M2, M3, H1, H2, D1, D2. Yes. Same sequence, yes. M1, M2, M3, H1, H2, and D1, D2. This is the commit ID. Once we rebase master to development, this is the commit ID sequence, right? Yeah. So this is the way we can, while working on multiple branches, developers always execute the rebase command to get the latest code from master to development or master to hotfix, master to sprint one, master to sprint two, right? So instead of merging, first they can rebase, after that they can merge. Understanding, right, everyone? This we can create practically. So practically we can work on this. This is a very important concept. Every developer always execute the rebase command. Every developer always they execute the rebase. Rebase command is the very important command while working on multiple branches. So developers always use the rebase. Clear, right, everyone? You understand, right? Scenario, everyone? Scenario is clear, right? Now let us go and work on this. Create a workspace, a rebase. Workspace is a rebase. Can we do pull from master to dev in this scenario? So why we require pull? Why we require pull? Rebase is the right. While working on multiple branches, we can use the rebase. Rebase is the command to rebase whatever the latest changes are available. Okay, so your question is, can we, yeah, can we do pull from master to dev? Is this scenario? Okay, so here, okay, you pull master to development. That is normally pull will not be accepted. Pull command will be accepted in remote repository to local repository, right? Okay, so you want to pull master to development. Again, from sprint one to master, some changes will be added. So pull will not be allowed here actually. Okay, rebase would be better. Once you rebase, whatever the latest changes are merged to the master, that will be rebased to the required branch. Pull command normally we use it. We use from GitHub to local when we want to pull the code. By the time we can use the pull command, right? Right. Someone asking some question here. What if you have made changes to M3 in addition to H1, H2 in mod fix, right? We are going to handle conflict in development branch. No, no, not like that. So here in hotfix branch, some changes happened. H1, H2 is having some changes, okay? That we merge to master, right? So these changes are not available in the development branch. H1, H2 not available in the, not there in the development branch. That is why, so before merging development branch, we need to rebase, to the target branch, which is the development branch. We have also made changes in M3. Yeah, so whatever changes you want to do, you can do, but that changes should be rebased to the development branch or target branch. After that only you need to merge. So normally our master branch development should not be happened because master always maintain the latest data, latest code. In real-time projects, developers they should not develop any code on master branch because master is the primary branch. Master always maintain the latest data. So when any developer want to start the development, what they will do, they create new branch. Once they create the new branch, what will happen? Latest data will be replicated to the new branch. So on top of that, they start the development. That is the actual process, right? So here, whatever the committed is merged from hotfix to master, these committeds are not available in the development branch. That is why when you try to merge development to master, so we'll get the conflicts, issues, errors. That is why what we will do, we can rebase master to development. Once we rebase, what will happen? This H1, H2, if any changes are in M1, M3, M2, that changes will be reflect to the development. So after that, it will allow you to merge. Clear, right, Abdul? Don't confuse here. Yeah. So I created the workspace, open, refresh here. Now git init here. Once we initialize, look at this, everyone. Master branch created here. Okay. So on master branch, what I will do, I want to create three commit IDs. I want to create three commit IDs on master branch. On master branch, I want to create three commit IDs. vi, vi, m1.txt, insert m1, escape, save and quit. Yeah. Git add space dot, git commit hyphen m, m1, Now m2.txt, insert m2, escape, save and quit. Now git add, git commit m2, m3.txt, insert m3, escape, save and quit. Now git add, git commit m3. So now I created 3 commit IDs. Now if you check git log here, we have m1, m2, m3 available in master branch. Now I want to create a development branch. So when we create the development branch, what will happen? Even when we create any new branch, what will happen? Same data will be replicated to the new branch. Whatever the data is available on the master, that data will be replicated to the new branch, right? Yeah. Now I want to create new branch. What is the command to create the new branch? What is the command to create the new branch? Git branch name. Now the development branch is created here. Okay. Now if you check here, git branch will show you the branches. Look at this, everyone. Master development, right? 2 branches. Right. Now I want to switch to development branch. How can we switch? What is the command here? Git checkout development. Right now I'm in development branch. Now, if you check here, git log, same commits are available. Whatever the commit IDs are available on the master, same commits available in development house. Now, I want to add 2 more commits here. Vi d1.txt, insert d1, escape, save and quit. Now, git add space dot, git commit hyphen m, commit message d1. Now, d2.txt, set d2, escape, save and quit. Now, git add, git commit d2. Right? Now, if you check git log here, you have 5 commit IDs, m1, m2, m3, d1, d2. Right? Now, git checkout master, go back to master. So now I want to create one more branch, which is a hotfix branch. I want to create one more branch, which is hotfix. Git branch hotfix. Git checkout hotfix. Now, if you check git log, we have m1, m2, m3 available in the hotfix because whatever the data is available on the master, that will be replicated to the hotfix. Clear, right, everyone? Now, what I will do, I want to create 2 more commits on the hotfix branch, new branch, right? Vi h1.txt, insert h1, escape, save and quit. Now git add space dot, git commit hyphen m, commit message h1. Now, sorry. Now h2.txt, insert h2, escape, save and quit. Now git add, git commit h2, right? Yeah. So now if you check here, git log, we have m1, m2, m3, h1, h2 available on the hotfix branch, right? Now, what I will do, as per the scenario, I want to merge hotfix to the master. This hotfix branch, I want to merge to the master. So once you merge, h1, h2 will be merged to the master. Currently, hotfix is having 5 commit IDs, M1, M2, M3, H1, H2. But here, master is having how many commits? We have 3 commits on master. Now I want to merge, yeah, hotfix to master. How can we merge? Command here is git merge hotfix. Now hotfix branches merge to master. H1, H2 merge to the master. Now if you check here git log, look at this everyone. M1, M2, M3, H1, H2 available on the master. Right? Yeah. Second branch also we can merge. But here, when you try to merge second branch to the master, this H1, H2 not available in the second branch, in development branch. So we'll get the conflicts. That is why what we will do, instead of merging development branch to master, we can rebase, master to develop, right? Reverse concept, right? Now, if you want to rebase, first of all, we need to switch to target branch. Git checkout development. In development branch, what we will do, we can rebase master to development, right? So command here is git rebase. So currently, development branch is having how many commits? M1, M2, M3, D1, D2 available on development branch, right? Now I want to rebase master to development, for which command here is git rebase star. Enter. Successfully rebased, updated, references heads development. Development branch is having latest data updates, latest updates. Okay, now if you check here, git log, look at this. M1, M2, M3, M1, M2, M3, H1, H2, D1, D2. So as per the sequence, M1, M2, M3, H1, H2, D1, D2 available on development. So later point of time, we can merge development to master. Still clear, right, everyone? Understanding, right, everyone? Online? Yeah. This scenario is very important scenario. Every time developers, most of the time, they developers what they will do, they rebase the code from master to target branch, right? Clear, right, everyone? Any questions here, anyone? Before moving to next concept, any questions, anyone? Next concept. Manideep asking some question. We want to delete any commit ID, can we do that? Yes, you can do it. I provided comments. You can try that. You want to remove the commit IDs? Yes, we can. Okay. As for the requirement. Right. Now, next concept. Cherry pick. Next concept is cherry pick. Git cherry pick. Okay, cherry pick. What is cherry pick? What are the importance of cherry pick? Right, where we use the cherry pick, right? What are the advantages of cherry pick? So while attending interviews, we'll get this question, interview question. Okay. So interview question. Cherry pick is the interview question. Now, for example, there is a master branch. On master branch, we have two commit IDs. M1, M2. Now I create one more branch, which is the development branch. Once we get the new branch, what will happen? Anyone? Once we get the new branch, what will happen? Yeah. Same commit IDs will be replicated to the new branch. M1, M2 will be replicated to the new branch, right here. Now, what I will do, I want to add three more commits on the development branch. D1, D2, and D3. So on development branch, we have five commits available. Now, once we right. Just 2-3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so online students, small announcement. So our management came for the feedback. So you can give your feedback, whatever feedback you have, okay, about the classes. Okay, fine. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah. Can you open the Google Classroom? So could you please provide your feedback, everyone, in the Google Classroom? Just 2 minutes. Ah. Very important. Yeah, good morning, online students, online offline students. I'm from Naresh IT quality team. So today I'm here to take your feedback. So kindly open the Google Classroom. You will find a link. Just open the link and start sharing your feedback concern about the classes, what you expect and what do you expect from the management. Kindly mention your mail ID in that. Kindly respond in the chat box, please, online students. Can you hear me, online students? Just respond in the chat box. It's regarding the feedback. Just go through the Google Classroom, open the link. You will find the questionnaires in that. Kindly mention your mail ID in that. So what kind of feedback we'll be taking, it will be very confidential. So nothing can be revealed to anyone. So no one will ask you. Just check it in the Google Classroom. Just click that link. Anyone in the anyone online students, can you share the link in the chat box, please?
So this is Mr. Ram class. Thank you very much. So kindly go through the questionnaires and kindly share your feedback, concern about the classes, what you are expecting and what you expect from us. So this feedback is very important for the management as well as for the faculty. So make sure everyone share your concerns and feedback in this. So whatever feedback you will be giving, so no one will ask you why you have shared or why you have given this kind of feedback. It will kept confidential. So on regular basis, we'll be taking your feedback. Kindly go through the feedback form, questionnaires. If you're done, just respond to the chat box as done, or you can raise your hands. Hardly take some 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Manidev, for your valuable feedback. The questionnaire, one last question is mentioned. Any suggestions would you like us to implement in improving the training sessions? Anyone can share your concerns, feedback in this. Thank you, Tarun. Thank you, Power, Mayur. Thank you, BK. Only mention your mail ID in that. Thank you, Manasa. Hope so everything is going fine. Thank you, Mr. Uday, Nirod, Deepak, Sharia. Just kindly make it fast so that the faculty can resume the classes back. Just 2 minutes, 2 minutes more, please. Thank you, Mama Ishwara. Thank you, Sakshi, for your valuable feedback. The last 1 minute more, please, online students. So this link will be disabled after 10 to 15 minutes. Make sure everyone share your feedback concerns in this. It's very useful for the management as well as for the faculty also. So don't try to skip. So expecting more feedback from online students. So kindly share your feedback. Okay. So thank you very much for your valuable feedback. So have a nice day. So this link will be disabled after 10 to 15 minutes. Kindly share the feedback who haven't shared the feedback. Thank you very much.
So I'm back. Yeah, every batch, every batch normally twice or thrice our management take the this feedback from students. So anyone having any confusions, so you are understanding or not the subject, okay? They will ask you. So the people who are not provided the feedback, you can provide the feedback as soon as possible, right? So only 12 members provided, right? Yeah, you can provide the feedback. You can go to Google Classroom. Where you give the feedback? Google Classroom, right? Yeah. You can open the Google Classroom and you can provide your feedback so that our management they will understand and will improve the training, right? Will improve the will try to give the better, right? So if any suggestions, if anything you want to tell them, you can give the feedback, right? So we are trying to give best out of best, right? But still, if you have any suggestions, definitely can do, right? Fine. Yeah, so we are discussing about cherry pick, right? Cherry pick is the interview question, which is very important concept. Okay. Yeah. So here, for example, M1 is a master is having M1, M2, two commit IDs, right? Now, when we create the new branch, what will happen? The same commit IDs will be replicated to the new branch, M1, M2. And along with that, we added three more commits, D1, D2, D3. So now, if I merge development to master, what will happen? If I merge development to master, what will happen? D1, D2, D3 will be merged to the master, right? Yeah. So my client requirement is my client asked me to merge only D2 commit ID. D1 is having D1 is having some issues. D3 is also having some issues. So my client asked me to merge only D2 commit ID. You understanding that? Instead of merging entire branch, I want to merge only D2 commit ID. So for which by using the cherry pick, we can merge the respective commit IDs. Okay, respective commit ID, only single commit ID. We can merge whenever needed. Okay, by using by using this cherry pick. Cherry pick is the service. By using this, we can merge the respective commit ID. This commit ID, I want to merge into master because D1 is having some errors, D3 is having some issues. Okay, only D2 commit ID is required, right? For which we use the cherry pick. Now let us go back. Concept you understand, right, everyone? Concept you understand, right, everyone? What is cherry pick? You understand, right, everyone? Now, 8-1 workspace, cherry pick, open the workspace. Now here, dash open here. Now get init here, initialize. Now vi m1.txt, insert m1, escape, save and quit. Now git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message m1. Now m2.txt, insert m2, escape, save and quit. Now git add, git commit m2. Now if you check git log here, we have m1, m2 available, right? Now I want to create new branch, which is a development branch. Git branch development. Now, once we get the new branch, the latest data, whatever the data is available on the master, that will be replicated to the new branch. Now, if you check here, git log, git checkout, development. Now, if you check git log here, look at this M1, M2 available on the development. Now, I want to create 3 more commits on the development branch. Vi d1.txt, insert d1, escape, save and quit. Now, git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message. Now, d2 commit ID, create d2 commit ID, insert d2, escape, save and quit. Now, git add, git commit d2, right? So, d3.txt, next commit, d3.txt. So, this vi command we already discussed, right? Vi we already discussed in Linux. So, how to create the file, how can we add the content in the file, how can we save the file? We already discussed in vi, right? Vi d3.txt, insert d3, escape, save and quit. Now git add, git commit d3, right? Now if you check here git log, we have M1, M2, M3, M1, M2, D1, D2, D3, 5 commits available on development branch. If I merge development branch to master, what will happen? Currently I'm in development branch. If I merge development to master, all the commits will be merged to the master, right? So my requirement here is, my client requirement is, my client asked me to assign only D2 committed. So in that case, what we will, we can use the cherry pick, okay? So here, git cherry pick, cherry hyphen pick, git cherry pick space, what we will do, copy the commit ID, this commit ID, and paste it. Sorry. First of all, we need to switch to master, right? Git checkout. If you want to merge any branch with master, first we need to check out to master. Git checkout master. From master, we can merge the respective commit ID to the master. Git cherry pick space. Now commit ID. This is the commit ID. Only D2. I want to merge only D2. Right? Enter. Now D2 only merge to the master. Instead of using the merge command, we can use the cherry pick to merge the respective commit ID. Now, if you check here git log on master, if you check the git log, M1, M2, D2. Only one commit ID. Because D1 is having some errors, D3 is also having some issues. Normally, sometimes this is example, okay? In real world, real projects, sometimes yeah, developers, due to some mismatch, some issues will happen. By that time, only with respect to commit ID, if they want to merge, they use the sharing. Clear, right, everyone? Understanding that, everyone? If you want to merge two commit IDs, no, one by one only, one by one, right? Only single commit ID. When you want to merge single commit ID, you can use the cherry one by one. Okay. Yeah. So interviewer ask you, logically they ask you a question. Yeah. I have in master branch, I have M1, M2, M3, and a hotfix branch, I have H1, H2, H3, and the development branch is having D1, D2, D3, right? So now I want to merge development to master, but development is having some errors and issues. Only one commit ID I want to merge. So by the time we need to give the answer, which is by using cherry pick. So when they want to merge, when you want to merge only particular commit ID, cherry pick. They give you some scenario. They ask you something. They give you some story. So we need to tell them cherry pick. Cherry pick. They don't ask what is cherry pick. They don't ask what is cherry pick. Not straight question. They give you some scenario. You need to understand that. You need to give that. Okay, single commit ID to single commit ID you want to merge, for which we require cherry pick. Okay. Clear, right, everyone? How how to do it if you are raising PR for merging into the remote main branch. So remote main branch is normally development should not be happened on the uh, normally developers. They should not start the development on remote repository. In remote repository, development should not be happened. In local repository only, developers should start the development. So once the development is completed, they push the code to remote repository. But in remote repository, development should not be normally developers. That is not recommended. In remote repository, only we can merge the branches. Only we can merge the code like that. Okay, but development should not be happening on the remote repository. So here, how to do it is if it is raising okay remote main branch. So you are talking about GitHub, right? Rishikesh. Rishikesh. Right. So normally we can merge, but here in local only the merging should be happen first. The whatever committed is you want to merge in local only that should be happen. Once you push the code to remote repository, that will go to lead, right? They give you pull request. They allow you to merge the branches for which they give you pull request. They give you approval. By the time you can merge. Understanding, right? Yes. Any other questions? We have still two more concepts are there. We can complete the two more concepts today. With that, we are going to complete the Git. We have to push code to GitHub after development only. Once complete the development. So once complete the development, we can push the code to remote repository. So in GitHub, normally developers they don't develop any code in GitHub. That is not recommended way. So we don't normally use cherry pick in real time as we push branches and create. No, no, no. No. So we use the cherry pick. Cherry pick. Developers use the cherry pick in local Git local. Okay. In real time projects, we use the cherry pick. So when we want to merge any respective committed, only one committed. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Next concept. Difference between Git and SVN. Difference between SVN and Git. Difference between SVN and Git. SVN. What is SVN? Which is a subversion. Before Git, we used to use subversion, which is also a repository tool, right? So subversion is completely failed because subversion is having some drawbacks. Okay, yeah, differences first we can understand. After that, we have one more concept which is Git tags. Okay, yeah. Now, what are the differences? Let's try to understand here. This is entry question only. That is why. So we need to understand the differences between SVN and Git. So before Git, we used to use SVN, right? First difference here is SVN is centralized version control system. SVN is centralized version control system. Git is Git is distributed version control system. This is very important entry question. SVN is centralized version control system. Git is a distributed version control system, right? Now let's try to understand SVN architecture. SVN architecture. In SVN architecture, same as Git, we have a workspace here, workspace, local workspace, where developers start the development, right? So in local workspace, developers start the development. Once development is completed, they push the code to, they move the code to, they add into staging, same as Git. Once they add into staging, after that, they push the code to directly central repo. Central repo, right? So this is the SVN architecture. Now let's try to understand Git architecture. Git architecture already discussed, right? Git architecture. So in Git architecture, same as SVN, we have workspace here, which is a local workspace. On local workspace, developers start the development. Once development is completed, they add into staging area. This is staging area. After that, from here, the code will be commit area. This central repo or commit area. This is central repo or commit area, we can say. So once the code is moved to staging area, after that, this is the next one is commit area. Commit area or git local. Commit area or git local. So the code will be committed to the local git, right? After that, once we commit the code should be pushed to the remote repository, which is GitHub. GitHub bar remote repository. Right? Yeah. What is the difference here? Anyone? What is the difference here? This is SVN, this is SVN, this is Git, right? What are the major difference here? Anyone? Online? What are the major difference here? SVN also having branches. SVN also having branches. Yeah. Someone saying something here. Yeah. So SVN is having only one repository, which is the central repo, right? SVN is having only one repository, which is the central repo, right? But Git is having two repositories, local repository and remote repository, which is GitHub, right? So SVN is having only one repository, Git is having two repositories, right? Every local system is having repository, local laptop or desktop is having one repository, and also remote server is available in Git. So here, what will happen? Sometimes this remote servers will not be reachable. Sometimes due to some issues, remote servers will be down. Remote server is down here also. GitHub is down. SVN server is down. In SVN, if the central repo server is down, the development should be stopped. In remote, yeah. In SVN, in case the central repository server is down or due to some maintenance activities, service shutdown or anything happened, development should be stopped. But whereas Git, development will not be stopped because if the GitHub is not reachable, the remote server is down, the developers, what they will do, they commit the code in their local Git. Once the remote service is available, they push the code remote GitHub. Understanding it? So here major difference is S1 is having one repository, which is centralized repository. Git is having two repositories, local repository and GitHub. GitHub is not reachable. The developers, they commit the code in their local Git. Once the GitHub is ready, they can push the code to remote repository. Understanding it? It's a major difference. Okay. Second difference. Yeah. Clear, right, everyone? This difference you understand, right, everyone? Right. Correct. Yeah. Now, next difference here is SVN developed by Pull-up-net. Second difference here is SVN developed by Pull-up-net. Git developed by Git developed by Git developed in Linux kernel. So Git developed in Linux kernel. Linux kernel developed by Linus Torvalds, right? Linux kernel developed by Linus Torvalds. So Linus Torvalds developed the Linux kernel as well as Git kernel, right? So, and third difference here is important one, interview question. So this is the main interview answer. Okay. So third difference here is SVN will allow all file formats without any size limit. SVN will allow all file formats like binary files, image files, video files, audio files, whatever files formats you want to push the files to SVN, you can push. And without any size limit, 1 GB, 2 GB, 10 GB also, we can push to SVN. SVN will allow all file formats without any size limit, right? But Git will not accept. Right. Git will not accept binary files and file size limit is 100 MB only. Understand it? Git will not accept binary files and the file size limit is 100 MB only. Maximum 100 MB only Git will accept, right? So this is a very important difference. And first one also very important difference. Okay. Yeah. So Git will allow all SVN will allow all file formats without any size limit, right? So yeah, 6 years back, we used to use SVN in our project. In case of Git, we used to use SVN. By the time, almost every alternate days, we used to see the SVN server issues because everyone they used to push the personal data also into SVN server because SVN will accept all file formats, right? Yeah. So due to that, SVN failed. So people used to upload their personal data also into SVN server, like developers, testers, DevOps engineers. They used to upload the personal data into SVN server. So if you are keep on uploading the data to your system, your laptop, what will happen? You are copying movies into your laptop. So 10 TB, 10 GB, 20 GB, 30 GB, like that. You are copying the data into your laptop. What will happen? Definitely that will impact your laptop performance, right? Same way server side also, people used to upload their personal data into SVN server. So we used to get the so many tickets every day. So 6 years back, We used to use the SVN in our project. By the time we used to get so many tickets every day. SVN server is having some performance issue, unable to access, server is down, could you please check, like that. Because due to heavy data, people used to upload their personal data also into SVN. So 6 years back, we decommissioned the server, we decommissioned this SVN, and we integrated Git. So far we haven't seen any single issue because Git will not accept binary files. File size limit is 100 MB only. This is the main reason. That is why Git is successfully running. SVN is completely failed. Right? Currently, we are not using SVN, but interview question. This is interview question. Interviewer asks you, what is the difference between SVN and Git? Clear, right, everyone? Next concept, important concept, a small concept, which is Git tags. Git tags. Okay, what is tag? Why we require tag? Let's try to understand. With this, we are going to complete the Git. Okay, Git tags. What is tag? What is tag? Tag is a tag is a archive file. Tag is a archive file. Why we require tags? Why we require tags? For example, in GitHub, this is our repository. In GitHub, we have three branches are available. Three branches, right? Now, so here, development branch, hotfix branch. So development branch, the project is completed. For example, development project is completed, right? So once we complete the project, that branch data we need to convert into a tag. Tag. Tag is the archive file, binary file, zip file. Why we need to convert into tag? So if you hold the branch as it is, GitHub also pricing, not free of cost. GitHub also pricing. In real-time projects, we use the private repositories, not public repository, right? So private repository is not free of cost. That is why once complete the project, so the branch data we need to convert into tag. Once we convert into tag, that will convert into a binary file, zip file, right? So that what will happen? Size will be reduced. Once we convert into tag, the respective branch can be deleted. So why we required the data? For future reference. For future reference, we can convert into tag and we can upload into the GitHub. Understanding, right? So for example, this development branch is having 1 GB data. The project is completed. The data required for future reference. So if you hold the branch like this, as is, what will happen? It's a more size, right? 1 GB. GitHub pricing, we need to pay the GitHub pricing, billing, right? So that is why to reduce the costing, we can convert into tag, right? Yeah, tag is the archive file to reduce the, yeah. So GitHub Git tags are get tags. Git tag is a archive file to reduce the GitHub pricing. We use tags. Okay, this archive file. Now, yeah, tags. Create a file, create a folder here, tags. Open the tags, right click here, bash here. Now, git init here. Once you initialize this, now I want to pull the code from GitHub to local and I want to convert into tag, right? Yeah. Now, git remote add origin space remote repository URL. What I'm doing here, I want to pull the code from GitHub to local, and I want to convert into tag. That tag I want to push to the GitHub. Once I push the tag to the GitHub, the respective branch I can delete. Okay. Now the connection is established. Now git pull origin to master. Now the data is pulled into my log. You check ls, look at this everyone. This is the data I pulled from GitHub to local. This data I want to convert into a tag. So command here is git tag space tag name sprint1, for example. Tag name is sprint1. This is a tag. Now, if you want to check the tags, git tag is the command to check the tags here. Sprint1. Tag is sprint1. Now, currently in GitHub, no tags, zero tags, right? Now I want to push the tag to remote repository. How can we push? Git push origin sprint1. Git push origin sprint1. Directly the tag you can push to the remote server. Now sprint1 is pushed to the remote repository. Now go back here and refresh here. Currently it is showing 0. Refresh here. Now it is showing 1 tag, right? So once we push the tag to remote repository, the respective branch we can delete. How can we delete the branch? So for example, the tag data is development branch data, for example. Now, if you want to delete the branch, click on branches. So here, look at this. Click on branches. Now go to development branch, click on this, delete branch. Because data is available in the script1 tag. So the data we converted to tag, right? Now we can delete the respective branch like this. Click on delete. Now it is deleted. Understanding, right? Yeah. Now one more tag I want to create here. Vi tag.txt. Insert I. This is tag testing. Tag testing escape save and quit. Now git add space dot git commit -m commit message tags. Right? Now I want to convert it to tag. This data I want to convert it to tag. Command here is git tag space tag name sprint2. Now the tag is converted. Now if you want to check the tags, git tag is the command to check the tags. See here, two tags. One tag already pushed. Second tag I want to push. Git push origin sprint2. Now the tag is pushed. Now go back and check here. Currently it is showing. Look at this. Now second tag also pushed. Right? Click on these tags. These are the two tags. Sprint1, sprint2. So this is mainly for future reference. Future reference. If anyone want to download this, click on zip or tar file. They can download and they can refer for the future reference, future development. Understanding right, everyone? Any questions here? Yeah. So, hmm. Only few committed is you want to tag, right? So in that case, we need to segregate that committed is. We need to segregate that is the respective tags only can. Normally that is not recommended. So that is mainly for future reference, right? Future reference, not now, for not now. So that we can convert into one tag, we can push to the remote repository. Later point of time, whenever we required, they can developers, they open the data, they refer the data for future things. Yes, tag similar to archive ID. Yes, tag similar to archive. Data archive. Okay, so we can convert into one archive. So one more small concept is there, small concept, which is a git clone. That also we can cover today. Git clone. This we're going to complete. Okay. Cloning. What is cloning anyway? Clone. Duplication. Clone is the duplication, right? So here we already used one command, which is pull, right? What is pull command? Git pull origin master. If you give the git pull origin master, what will happen? The files will be pulled into local from master, from remote repository, right? But here, what is clone? What is clone? What is the difference here? So when we use the pull command, files will be pulled into local. But when we use the clone command, what will happen? Entire repository will be cloned into local. Entire repository will be cloned into local. Instead of pulling the files, we can clone entire repository. I'll show you practically. Practically, we'll see that. Clone, git bash, git init here. Once we install, I want to clone the repository into my local, right? For which command here is git clone space remote repository URL. The entire repository clone into my local. Now, if you check ls, look at this. This is the repository. If you want to check the data, go to this folder. Now, ls. Slight difference here. Pull command, clone command, there is a slight difference. When you pull the when we use the pull command, this files will be pulled into local. When we clone, entire repository will be cloned into our rep. Someone asking something here. Yeah, fork. What is fork? If you want, yeah. So in my GitHub account, I have a repository, different repository, right? I have a repository. In that repository, I have data. I have some application code. Okay. So my repository, if you want to add into your account, my repository, if you want to add into your repo, we can use the fork. Understanding right? My repository, my repository, I have a repository in that I have data. That repository, if you want to add into your GitHub account, so we can use the fork. I'll show you tomorrow. While working on Jenkins, I'll show you. While working on Jenkins, I'll show you. How can we use the fork? Fork is the git command only. Tomorrow we'll start Jenkins, right? Tomorrow we'll start Jenkins. I'll show you tomorrow. How can we fork my repository to your account? So my GitHub repository, you can attach to your account by using fork. Understanding, right? So, yeah. So while working on Jenkins, I'll show you that. How can you fork? Maybe tomorrow or day after. Clear it? So today we discussed about what are the concepts we discussed today? Rebase, git rebase, cherry pick, difference between git and SQL, and also git tags, git clone. 5 concepts, which are very, very important concepts. With this, we have done all the concepts with git, right? Yeah. So tomorrow we'll start Jenkins. So Jenkins, our role starts from Jenkins. DevOps role starts from Jenkins, right? As a DevOps engineer, we need to guide them. We need to give the key to the developers, right? Yeah, developers always do the mistakes. Sometimes, yeah, we need to provide the GitHub account to the developers. We need to we need to explain the process to the developers. Clear, right? Yeah. So tomorrow we'll start Jenkins. So Jenkins mostly 5 days to 6 days. Okay. So we can work on Jenkins. After that, we'll jump into advanced tools. Okay. Once complete the CSCD project. So once complete the Jenkins, Maven, and Nexus, Sonar will discuss. After that, we'll jump into CSCD project. After that, we'll jump into Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, one by one. Okay. Fine. So make sure everyone practice these concepts. So these concepts are very, very important concepts. Okay. Yeah. So developers always they work on the local Git. Once development is completed, they push the code to remote server. From remote server, Jenkins, by using Jenkins, we can pull the code and deploy onto respective target systems. Fine. Yeah, we can stop here. You can practice all these concepts. If you have any questions, you can post into the Telegram group, or else you can ask me tomorrow. Fine. Thank you all.